Alright, hello and welcome everyone. This is the first episode of um AICE International Gaming. AICE, whatever it's called. This is AICE International History YouTube channel, the gaming AICE International History TV. I don't know what I'm saying, but let's just get straight into it. Regardless, this is what we're going to be talking about today. This video is on 1.1, chapter 1, section 1, I guess. So, overview of imperialism, which was from 1870 to 1919. And as I go, I will be explaining what these images that I have on the screen have to do with anything. And I'll probably add some kind of gameplay. I'm not sure where I'll add it when I edit this video. Probably top right corner, bottom. I don't know where I'll add. Maybe I won't even add the gameplay. I don't know. We'll see. Probably add like Minecraft parkour gameplay. But regardless, here it is. So today we're going to be talking about imperialism. So, new imperialism. This period marked a shift from earlier imperialism focusing on Africa and Asia rather than the Americas, significant for its economic, political, and strategic motivations. So, old imperialism focused on the Americas, right? New imperialism focused on Asia and Africa, which, the image I have up is Africa. More on that in a second. Major European powers, such as Britain, France, Germany, Belgium, and Portugal, aggressively pursued overseas territories, often justified by economic needs, national pride, and beliefs in racial superiority. Economic motives. Search for resources. European industrial nations needed raw materials for factories and markets for surplus goods. Competition. Industrialization led to increased competition among European powers, pushing them towards acquiring colonies to ensure economic stability. Political motivations. National pride. Nations sought to enhance their global status and military strength through territorial control. Strategic control. Key regions such as Egypt with the Suez Canal were vital for trade routes connecting Europe to India and beyond. So, this image I have up right here is actually what the Suez Canal did for the world. I'm not sure if this is recording my cursor or not, but the orange line where it says Suez Canal, that is actually one of the most important straits in the world. Because as you can see, if you were going from the UK, I believe it's pointing to London, and you wanted to go to Iran, you would have to actually go 11,300 nautical miles, which is equivalent to 24 days. I'm not sure if this is considering modern day technology or this is back then. I think this is modern day. No way. Back then it would have taken 24 days. So this is modern day, 24 days. Or maybe it was back then. I really don't know. But you can really see how much of a difference it is. It's what, like 5,000 nautical mile difference. They'd have to go all around Africa, but because of the Suez Canal, all they had to do was just go through the Mediterranean and they'd be in Iran instead of going all around Africa, which is it's a huge continent. That's how important the Suez Canal was. It was very strategic points and control in the world, and whoever controlled it, as you can see, it doesn't, take a genius to realize how important this is. Imagine shortening the journey by 10 days. That's a lot of money, and as we know, money is time. That's the age-old saying. So, time is money. That's the age-old saying. So, anyway, um, technological advancements, innovations in medicine, like quinine, transportation, which such as steamships and railways, and military technology, such as machine guns, enabled European powers to penetrate and control vast territories in Africa and Asia with relative ease. As you can see, these are just some technologies that I mentioned earlier. During the scramble for Africa, a key medical innovation was the use of quinine, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, an anti-malarial drug derived from the cinchona tree. So this was one innovation in this time period, new imperialism, which was, as I mentioned previously, from 1870 to 1919. So these are just some inventions. As you can see, that's the medical invention, that's the steamship, that's a train on the railway, and bottom right, it's the East African Schutztruppe with an MG-01 machine gun. Military technology. Impact on Africa. Territorial acquisition often disregarded existing tribal boundaries, leading to conflict and resistance, such as the Herero uprising in German Southwest Africa. European powers established administrative systems but often imposed cultural changes that undermined local traditions. So, as you can see by this next slide, these are just some images I put up of European acquisition of Africa. This is just some what it looks like. The image on the left, I believe, is from the Zulu Wars fought by the British and the Zulu nation. Um, as you can see, these wars were fought to establish a British holding of these African lands. And as you can see, this was done by wagering war amongst the people there and their state. It was oft, I mean, as you can see, it was very destructive. Um, Justifications for imperialism. Arguments for moral responsibility to civilize inferior races persisted alongside economic and political justifications. Spreading religion was often cited as a reason to colonize regions viewed as uncivilized. So, basically, some more reasons were the fact that um, other than economic motives, there was also Europeans believed that they had a moral responsibility to civilize inferior races in Africa, right? Also, spreading religion was often cited as a reason to colonize regions viewed as uncivilized. So, responses and resistance. Various indigenous groups resisted foreign control, leading to conflicts, as you can see in this picture of the Zulu Wars. Notably, local leaders were frequently exiled or killed for opposing colonial rule. Consequences. The scramble for Africa not only reshaped the continent's political landscape, but also intensified rivalries among European nations, setting the stage for conflicts that would contribute to World War I. So, going back to the beginning slide, as you can see here, on the left is a image of Africa, the African continent in 1880. Many different colors representing many different kingdoms and nations. As you can see, there wasn't a huge European um, there wasn't a lot of European settlement other than Algeria, which belonged to France, and the Cape Colony or South Africa that belonged to the UK, and some German land in the south, Angola, which belonged to Portugal, Congo, which belonged to France. Other than a little bit of land that belonged to the Europeans, most of Africa was still inhabited um, by these native tribes. However, in 1913, which is when the scramble for Africa concluded, became a lot less colors. As you can see, it was the UK, France, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Germany, Belgium, and a couple others. So the Europeans completely reshaped Africa, and as I mentioned earlier, it was with disregard for the people who already lived there. They just wanted to draw borders. They didn't care who was there. They just cared about what their borders would look like. So this was taken from the Zulu Wars, this painting. On the right, I believe, is Algerian soldiers. So as you can see, this is chapter 1, section 1 or lesson 1, 1.1 basically, of ACE International History. It's going over new imperialism. So key takeaways: new imperialism focused on Africa and Asia as opposed to the Americas. Um, there were many reasons for the colonization of Africa: economic, resources; political, power; moral, Europeans believed they were superior to the Africans and that they needed to civilize the inferior Africans; and spreading religion. So, this is what happened as a result of all those motives. So, by 1913, this continent, which had previously, housed all of these separate tribes and kingdoms now look like this, right? So that is 1.1. This concludes today's episode, and on the next episode we will be talking about 1.2. So see you then.